I helped over 1,000 women grow their businesses to over 7 figures and beyond in the last 30 years. My name is Dr. Susie Carter, and I'm a globally recognized profitability coach. My work has been featured in New York Times, Associated Press, Wall Street Journal, NBC, CBS, and more. Over the years, I've built 10 multi-million-dollar businesses, and I've helped thousands of women do the same. Throughout my time working with all these women, I noticed that prior to working with us, they pretty much faced all the same challenges and problems. These problems would be split up into 3 separate categories. We've got business problems, financial problems, and personal problems. So let's talk about the business problems. There are typically 4 main business problems that were holding these women back to growing their businesses from 7 figures to 8 figures. Number 1, they were stuck in growth. They had difficulty scaling their business and were stuck in the cycle of repeating the same actions without seeing the results. They've often lacked the strategic plan for lead generation, marketing, pricing was a huge one, and more importantly, sales. The second one is financial operational blind spots. Many avoid looking at the financials such as your P&L statements and do not have a clear pricing strategy for their growth. They rely on organic growth, which is great, word of mouth, but they lack an effective system for generating consistent leads. Number 3 is vision. Vision without strategy is a recipe for disaster. As visionaries, these leaders may struggle with translating ideas into actionable strategies. Their magical thinking, right, or their hopefulness leads to hoping things will improve without an effective leadership development. The 4th thing is team resilience and, more importantly, lack of accountability. Despite having teams in place, many leaders feel that they still need to be the go-to person for every single issue. They struggle with building systems, processes, and ensure that the team can operate efficiently without them and without supervision. The next set of problems that we face is causing the instability in the business. These are our financial problems. But why does this happen? Well, there's no budget, there's no spending plan, we're spending money impulsively, there's no clarity on where the money's going and where it's coming from. They consistently feel unstable and stressed out about revenue costs, right? We've got personal problems. The last type of problem I noticed that these women were facing, perhaps the most neglected one, right, is our balance, and yet far the most painful. These are personal problems that come from running and struggling business and trying to do it all, be it all, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Personal sacrifices, they feel like there's a strain on their personal relationship, our health. I know I have. The constant pressure of the business can lead to physical exhaustion, emotional disconnect from our family, from our friends, feeling of inadequacy and guilt. The emotional and mental strain is bananas. The stress of being the primary decision maker often results in our emotional distress, feeling lonely, feeling vulnerable. You may feel as though you're failing in both business and in family life, and there's no clear way forward. We're overloaded and we're burned out. Many female CEOs feel overwhelmed juggling the business, juggling leadership roles, juggling the kids and the significant other, the family, right? We're all trying to be super moms who are exhausted and burnt out, trying to manage everything from running a business to being present to my family and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. So what's the true cost of all these problems if we aren't addressing them? Well, 1, financial freedom, business debt, credit card debt. 2, it's personal relationships and friendships or no friendships. No peace of mind or freedom of thought and true relaxation. Feeling of hopelessness, overwhelmed, and sometimes even the imposter syndrome. So I've just given you a run through of the main problems that I've noticed in working with business women who have faced working with us. And why is this the case? Why did hundreds and even thousands of women across the globe struggle with these issues? Well, there's 4 critical things that I see that most businesses were missing. They're the same 4 things that we help all our clients implement, because without them, it's almost impossible to scale. So what are they? Well, there's a step-by-step process to building a 7 and 8 figure business. You define clear business goals and specific revenue targets for each stage of growth. We identify key revenue streams that focus on the scaling, and those are what are the most highest income producing activities. We build a scalable business model with a process that supports sustainable growth. We create a marketing and sales funnel that attracts high ticket clients consistently. We develop a team and delegate key responsibilities to support the expansion without those crazy bottlenecks. The next thing is monitoring the process and adapt those strategies as the business grows with the focus of long-term success. Strategy for financial forecasting, lead generation, and pricing. This establishes a detailed forecast that aligns with your growth and your goals, and we can anticipate the true costs and the future costs. We develop a strong qualified lead strategy that includes a mix of organic, referral-based, and paid methods. We set a pricing strategy and a dynamic price strategy based on the market trends, the value offered, but more importantly, our overhead. We want to use forecasting tools to predict the cash flow, manage our expenses, and ensure profitability. We continually track financial performance to make data-driven decisions and course correct the actions. Our leadership and operational roadmap growth. That's important. We cultivate a strong leadership skills. We inspire and lead teams through expansion. We establish clear operational processes to ensure efficiency at every level of the business. Now, building a culture of accountability where every team member understands their role in the company's success is paramount. We want to focus on development for both yourself, me, right, and ensuring you have the capability and the capacity to handle your next stage, and plan for scalability by implementing organizational structures and how do we evolve our business. We want to create systems that reduce the workload and increase profitability, while at the same time we get to reclaim our personal life and our family time. We want to automate repetitive tasks using technology to save time and increase efficiency. We want to create documented processes for onboarding and training employees to reduce dependencies on yourself. You want to implement time blocking delegation strategies to free up more personal time. Focus on high value activities that directly impact your growth and delegate everything else. Most importantly, we want to set boundaries to protect your personal time. I know it's hard, but the reality is we have to do it in order to maintain a business that's profitable and sustainable. So that's exactly how I helped over 1,000 women scale their businesses from 7 to 8 figures. We audit their business, identify the opportunities, we help implement them, and with done-for-you support and templates and systems, we have time-tested, proven track record that these things work. Dr. Judy of Vitality Healthcare grew her business from 1.5 to 2.8 in less than 2 years. Lisa Nichols, we built a multi-million-dollar brand for her. Kathy Kidd, we grew her revenue from $60,000 to $1.4 million. By just looking at what are the tools that we needed to implement. And these are just a few women and a few examples of how we help people. Now, if you're wondering, yeah, it worked for them, but will it work for me? Well, after working with thousands of businesses in all types of industry, I've identified the key traits and factors that most successful women have. So let me know if this sounds like you. If you're an expert in your field and you're looking to grow to 5 or 10 million, do less work with less stress, enjoy your life, right? If you want to create a legacy business that builds and aligns with your personal goals and your family goals. If this sounds like you and you're finally ready for your business and you're ready to reclaim your personal life like thousands of others women I helped before, let's book a call. You don't have to suffer, right? It doesn't have to be hard, it has to be strategic. So if you love this, like, subscribe, share it with your community, share it with your friends. Somebody needs this message, and I'll see you guys next time.